Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad you're here with us this morning. We appreciate your viewership and wrapping up another good week here on our show. And we just thanks for all the feedback and thanks for all your loyalty to our sponsors. We appreciate it. Our weather brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard, hard-working crew taking care of everyday comfort needs. It's a good time to get a checkup on your air conditioning unit, whether they're not swamped with a lot of stuff. And in fact, I'm doing that next week, so y'all be aware of that. Water temperature, I've been looking at it a lot, but I thought it was going to drop a lot more, but it's staying right at 76 degrees, between 76 and 77. Our regular temperature, though, the air temperature is perfect, 84 to 65. That's really nice. Let's take a look at our river readings brought to us by the good folks at Panama City, Coca-Cola, Apalachicola, Bluntstown. It's even going lower, 2.7. And of course, the Choctaw at Careville is down to 1.9. It's below 2 foot. It looks like it's going underground on it. So it is extremely low. If you're going out on the river this weekend, just be careful. Our fishing game times, let's go ahead and do those right now. Brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. Our time, 11:31 to 1:31, smack dab in the middle of the day. That's interesting because the tide really is going to sort of be sort of stale right there, but it's going to start coming in, so it'll be interesting to see. We're planning to go fishing after lunch, and we'll let you know how we did. The wind direction, southeast at 5 to 10. These mornings have been a little breezy, but it's been good days this week, so hopefully we'll get out and enjoy it along with yourself. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. One of the joys of doing Panhandle Outdoors is just getting to know a lot of viewers I normally wouldn't know by crossing paths with you and talking to you and getting to know you. And Dennis Durrell has been one of those, and Dennis has been on the show, and he sends a lot of pictures over the years of the fish he catches. He's a great surf fisherman and really does a good job. And he lost his wife not too long ago, a month or so ago, and he sent me, I checked on him, and he's doing okay, but you know how lonely it gets when you lose your lifetime spouse. So what he sent me this yesterday. It made me feel good. Here it is right here. Today was my first day back at fishing. The first fish will always be a catch and release tribute to my wife. So the first one he caught it and released it in tribute to his wife. Okay, and then, but now, how about this? He limited out. He got on Pompano. That's a good day, Dennis. I'm so glad you're back on the water and getting it. And look at that big one right there. Good job, buddy. Appreciate you sending this, and we'll keep thinking about you. All right, Dennis Durrell. All right, tomorrow now, plan to be up there, Camp Seclusion, second squirrel hunt, and it's going to be. We've already talked about it a lot. I just want to just talk about it one more time. They're paid in 1 to 5 places. Highest dress weight without the heads. Remember, you got to cut the head off or leave that neck. And it's just unique, folks. This is really unique. Pat Bryant or Gator Bryant, that's the numbers there. And we'll be there. So we'll try to get some video and also try to get something good to eat. Okay, last weekend, we didn't get to talk about this a lot. They sort of they had to change it because of the wind. They'll change it back to another weekend. But the Tennessee Chuck Red Snapper Invitational, and Chandler Hilton, he won it right here, 21 pounds. That's a fine one right there. That's Tennessee Chuck with a thumbs up right there. So good job. Mexico Beach down in that area is really good about putting on some good down-home kind of tournaments. All right? Don't forget to turn your clocks from sunshine and happiness to chores in the dark this weekend. That's a good way to tell us the time is changing Sunday. And that's a good way with sunshine and happiness. The state park put this out, and we talk about this a lot, but I'm glad that they actually put something out on it because they're good about talking about different parts throughout the state. But anyway, they were talking about Terrell State Park, but they're talking about the fall foliage in Florida, okay? This is one of the few places you can get it. Terrell State Park, and it is just one of the best places in the state to get some fall foliage. Now, this is old Gregory house, And I've told you before, that house was built on the other side of the river. In the 1930s, they took it apart board by board and brought it on this side, on the east side of the river, up on the bluff, and built it back together. That was the Federal Workmen's Program, WPA. So anyway, they sent a couple of pictures. This is looking toward the bank. Remember those bluffs right there? The river low. That's really beautiful. But the trees changing colors a little bit. And then on the bluff, you're looking down. Isn't that a magnificent high view for the Florida Panhandle? See all those colors and all kind of trails you can walk through. Makes me want to get up and go up there today. But I got to go fishing today. All right, I got a flash talking about fishing. 10 years ago, I'll get my memories on Facebook. 10 years ago, what was I doing? I wasn't doing a show. I was catching pompano at Cape San Blas. Speaking of down in that area, down in Bradfield. I first thought there was mountains in the background, but what that is just a low fog, and what they're coming in, and that's looking across. That's sort of Pressed Nails. Danny's house is right next to Pressed Nails. And look how calm St. Joe Bay is. And they're out there in a small boat, and they're coming back to the house. Okay? Randy Sonoda, Randy's a doggone good fisherman, but he had the privilege to spend some time on the water with old and dear friends. They're not old, I am. So I find these times to be really special. Anytime you get out on the water with some friends and all, and they wrapped up, protected from the sun, that's just a lot of fun, getting your old buddies and family out on the water. They've been catching some, this is from the Tyndall Pier. I don't get a lot of pictures from the Tyndall Pier. It's Zach Doster on the Panama City fishing page, 38-inch red from the Tyndall Pier. Good job, Zach. Here's another picture of that. That's a big one right there, buddy. All right. And one more. This is from Top Water, again, by the bridge over here. This right here, this is a good way to do it. You can sort of sneak up on them in a kayak, but notice again, the way it's just completely calm out there. So that makes it a Top Water. They caught it at 6:25 a.m. on a Top Water bait. Good job, Maverick Johnson. One more time, I've talked about this, the FWC having a 50% discount on the Gold Sportsman license. So, in other words, here's the prices right here, 5 years and lifetime. That one right there, right there in the middle, lifetime Sportsman for the 0 to 4, $200. Folks, that's a bargain. That's something that's really makes a great Christmas present. They don't appreciate it as much now as they will later. I promise you they will appreciate it. Even at ages 13 to 17, $500. If you can tell by then, if they're really into fishing and doing a lot of outdoor stuff at that age, then that group would really appreciate that for a Christmas present or birthday present. I'm talking about the grandparents and parents. Okay, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Hope you're having a good Friday morning so far. Looking forward to a big weekend in the outdoors. Let's I got a little 1-minute video. Garrison Rosie, one of my former students that ended up being a fishing guide, married Captain Mark Kelly's daughter, and of course you know a lot of fishing right there, and Mark and Denise Kelly, and Garrison's little girl, they took her fishing the other day, and this is precious. Her name, okay, I got it right here, her name is Lydia, and she's 5 years old. She's in kindergarten at Petronas Elementary, but we got to check this out. All right, look, she's I just laughed out loud at this because she is struggling. You know she got a big old fish on here, but man, she is not giving up. What amazed me is how she kept her balance, just bouncing around all over. Look at there, she's jerking that rod, but she's reeling it. And I notice she's reeling it in some, and she keeps reeling it, holding on to it, and it's still, that's a strong fish. Okay. Garrison just doing an excellent job, just taking the boat around, and I'm gonna get them to come on the show next week or two. I'm gonna try to get her to come on and tell us that exciting time. Look at there, right there at the tip of the jet. She don't want her help now. She got it by herself. A lot of times the kids say take the rod, but she's not giving up. About 20 more seconds. Got her life jacket on. Look at there. Is that? You think she'll have a good memory of that? 10 more seconds. Look how calm again, how calm it is. It's been like that all week. Okay. She's struggling. Okay, and look, see, let me see, I got it. See, look at there. She did end up with fish. There it is right there. Good job. Look at a big old smile. That's great. Okay. I was going to tell you, I was at a, that's just fun doing, I was at a fish fry this time of year. There's a lot of fish fries going on this time of year, and basically because people are back fishing again. It got too hot there in August and part of September, and a lot of folks are catching fish. And I get invited. In fact, this week I've had 3 fish fries. One I couldn't go to, and I went to the other 2. And I always talk about where the fish come from, and either Apalachicola River or the Choctawhatchee River. This week, the one I couldn't go to was Apalachicola River fish, but the other 2 were Choctawhatchee fish at the fish fry. One group had them from the lower end of Choctawhatchee, and another group had them from the higher end, upper end of Choctawhatchee River. And I really, we talk about if you can tell the difference in the taste, and I just think they're all good to me. But what I was going to show you, this is more of usually just a bunch of guys getting in the backyard and paper plates and all. One of them, I won't call out names and all. I'll show you some pictures. I don't want to call out names of these people out, but this is sort of fancy. I've never seen the fish stacked up like this, okay? I'm just going to show a couple of pictures, but I thought this was unique. Have you ever seen the brim stacked up like that? Is that not cool? And then this guy all he wanted was little brim. All he wanted was little brim, okay? So they made him a special plate of those little brim. I think about 20 something. I think he ate every one of them. I only had 7 of those big ones. But it was, what a great group of guys here. We just got together there, and you'll see some folks there. I'll call out Mr. Norton. He came over from St. Joe, and there's good folks there. We just had a grand time. Okay, I want to show you this right here. This is, I'm going to do something I hardly ever do. This is my grandson Mason. You may recognize him. We'll get memories on Facebook. This has been a birthday week. His birthday was the other day, and this is a memory. 10 years ago, this is what we got him. Of course, that big old smile. We got him on a tackle box. At that time, he was just loving fishing. He was really happy. And then we always talk about, when your kids, especially grandkids, we're talking about how they just grow up so fast. You blink, and here they are. And that picture brought back so many memories. And I started, and I know y'all do the same thing because I talk to you and y'all tell me about it. And talking about, boom, here they are. And I put a couple of pictures together just to share with you. I just forgive my indulgence in doing family things, but some of y'all I know enjoy seeing it. So I'm going to show you a series of pictures, and boom, and show you where Mason is now. And we've talked about it, but anyway, so this brought back so many fond memories. So anyway, so here he is. This is St. Joe this summer, down there with he and his mom. And then this is us at opening morning, teacher morning at Wall Elementary. They were singing and playing some good music. I was just proud to be with my son-in-law, my grandson. That was a special morning. And here's with Grandmom in the kitchen and his mom. And he loves them. And with Sister Ashley. They're at San Bernardino, California at Ronald Reagan Ranch. And here we are this summer at ICAST in Orlando. We had a great time then, just 2 of us. The outdoor education, building dedication, he enjoyed that. And their little Whitney, that Ole Miss, up there at Ole Miss, and she loves her brother. It's a special time. They were home not too long ago, and I always love to pray with them. That's just a spontaneous prayer in the driveway, praying for a safe trip and safe travels. And I'm thankful we can do that and spend some quality time. Here's the final picture at Ole Miss on the steps there. And I just wanted to wish my grandson Mason a very happy birthday. He is now 20 years old. I have no more. He's my youngest grandchild, so that's amazing how fast they grow up. And if you have any pictures of your kids or anything you want to send, we'll wish them a happy birthday. Candles. We won't do the candles and all, but if you have any kind of pictures you want to share with us and wish them a happy birthday, we'll be glad to do it. I know we've done it some with some of your older people, okay? And we'll continue to do that. All right. We're going to do something. We're going to add something to our famous Friday fishing forecast later on. But on our drawing, we're going to add something too. We're going to add we have a new advertiser coming on, new sponsor, Gene's Oyster Bar. And we're so proud to get them. That they're a legendary oyster bar over there. People come from South Georgia and South Alabama, all through the Panhandle, just to eat at Gene's Oyster Bar. Been there since the 30s. But they're coming on, and we were talking the other day, and they want to give away a mullet plate. Okay, so we're going to start giving away 3 things. And that mullet plate from Gene's Oyster Bar, you'll see it when we're going to go back over there. We've been over there this past week and shoot some video for commercials. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and start the giveaway. Okay, so the first thing we're going to give away is a mullet plate at Gene's Oyster Bar. Okay, and the winner of that's going to be, call touch base with me so I'll tell you how to get it. Okay, the winner is going to be from Chipley, Cynthia Clark. Mullet plate from Gene's Oyster Bar. Glad to have them on our Panhandle Outdoors team. From Talking Rock Seafood, a $20 gift certificate. From Santa Rosa Beach, Donna Borges. Donna's a good loyal viewer. All y'all are. Every time I call out your name, Cynthia Clark. And the winner of the red snapper here in town, Donna Wallace. Cynthia Clark, Donna Borges, and Donna Wallace. Okay, so that takes care of our giveaways. Y'all, let's take a break and we'll come back with our famous Friday fishing forecast. Okay, welcome back, and welcome to our famous Friday fishing forecast, brought to us by Jessica Ling Financial and Insurance Group, and also Matt Andrews of Hammer Down Roofing and Construction, 2 great sponsors there. We appreciate all they do for not only us, but the community and the folks they work with on a daily basis. We get a lot of good comments from them. Before I started, I want to mention one thing. I talked to my fishing buddy, Tony Bass, and I called to check on him last night. You know, Valdosta got hit pretty hard by that storm, but the news media and all sort of brushed it. They hit the coast, they covered the coast of Florida when it got hit around Taylor County, and then it went up to North Carolina, and both of them got hit hard, but they just skipped over the Valdosta and the Georgia area. Augusta and all those areas got hit hard, but there were Tony went 11 days without power, and you know, he just lived in a normal house in a normal neighborhood. And he said some folks up there are still without power in the Valdosta area, but they promised to get it to them by Thanksgiving. So y'all keep them in your thoughts and prayers. They really had a hard time not getting a lot of help on the recovery of the hurricane. So we've been some folks have helped them and all, but still they got a long way to go. And I brought that up because he's my fishing buddy and someone I really think a lot of, he and his family. And I remember when Michael hit us, he brought a truckload of people and supplies down here to help us. So anyway, let's move on. The biggest thing on the fishing report, 2 biggest things. The weekend snapper season has been great. You've seen the pictures. They're catching some really big snapper and some big copper bellies. I'm going to show you some pictures next week, and it's been amazing the size of some of those. I don't know how. I got to find out how they caught all the big ones like this past weekend. Now the pompano fishing is going to be strong. You saw Dennis Urell got a limit. The first time back in a while, and he got a limit of pompano. So pompano is really good. Red fishing, you've seen pictures of redfish off the bridges. You know, when I talk about these things, I show you pictures. So, you know, pictures speak 1,000 words when we talk about this, and then I hear people talking. And we're going to try to move around today. On those redfish, you sort of have to move around and try to find them, and you know, see them tailing and all that. That's one of the beauties of red fishing. You can actually get up there and it's sort of like hunting and fishing. Okay, I wrote down red snapper. Trout in the East Bay has been strong. Mullet. I was talking to Thomas boys Monday night at Historical Society meeting, and those fellas have been a couple of generations. I mean, they go on a regular basis, and they've done it for their whole lifetime, and their dads did it for their lifetime. And they can throw a net like something, I mean, amazing watching them throw a net. So they're saying we're in the second run right now, what they call a second run. The second run, the roe is now getting some good size to it, and that's the sort of some inside information on some really hardcore mullet fishermen. So they're certainly out there. It's been really easy to see them. We've been calm mornings, and mullet fishing been really good. The pompano, like I said, I'm going to give you locations in a minute. Let's jump to freshwater before I do that. Freshwater, you've seen the fish fries I've been to, and brim fishing has been really good. They're catching all sizes. They're keeping them little ones and they're keeping them big ones. So brim fishing has been excellent. The rivers are low now, so you be careful on the rivers. Of course, you can also find them in the potholes, and because they're sort of concentrated more. They're not up in the sloughs. They're sort of concentrated more in those low holes. I've got that written down. Like I say, the beeliners that I saw a picture of Chris Kramer. Chris is going to come on the show next week with his boys. They caught about a 5.5 pound beeliner. The record is 6 pounds, and they thought they had a state record on that. That's a huge beeliner. It's not a big one, it's a huge one. So that weekend fishing has been really good. People talk real quick about, I want to try to cover fishing, some top places to go. I've covered it before, but it won't hurt to cover it again. The state park up here. Here we go. We're going to cover the state parks. If you want to go surf fishing, some of my top places to go. Of course, Topsail Hill, you got a good walk there. But any of this whole area over here in Walton County, there's been some great fishing. I move on down, but that's one of my favorite spots. Used to go there all the time. It got a little crowded now, but if you go there, go early and try to get on out there by 10 o'clock. And then, of course, Camp Helen is right down in here. Camp Helen, you go way down here to Camp Helen, right there. These state parks, got a little bit of a walk there, but you're gonna have a great time to go. I'm gonna run out of time here. Shell Island, okay, I'm just gonna run out of time. Shell Island, let me go and tell you. Shell Island, St. George Island, those state parks at St. George Island, we talked about it. And bridge fishing is gonna be good. Ned Maxwell and his wife went this past week and did real well. So all kind of fishing is gonna be good. The weather, this is that fall weather. Great running on it. The sheephead is about to get started. I haven't seen any big reports yet, but they're getting ready to get started. Run out of time again. We just appreciate your viewership. Thank y'all for watching the show. Y'all do something good for someone else. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the outdoors. Take care of it, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.